Hi guys, welcome to Nice Words. And today we will be talking about three earthquakes in one day, Olodo Uprising by YC, and the whole internet has gone crazy. Akara grant just the next day, like the banger seems not to be stopping on the Nigerian social media, and the Iran-US war seems to be heating up again. All of this on today's episode. Let's get it. Three earthquakes happened the same day in three different countries, and it got really crazy. Okay, so here are the footage of the earthquakes that occurred. One occurred in North California. See the shells of this tower pouring down with wine. There's another, Venezuela, the one with the biggest impact, 7.2 magnitude. People have lost their properties in this, their loved ones. Why did I even start with property in the first place? People have lost their lives, loved ones, of course, properties, belongings. Some people are displaced right now. They don't know what to do. It's crazy and overwhelming and very, very sad. My heart goes to the people of Venezuela. Like, they've not had it bad enough this year. Like, they've had it very bad this year. With Trump taking their president, taking their oil. It's not really been a good year for Venezuela. And then there's a 6.9 magnitude that happened in Japan, but I don't see any footage of any major thing happening over there. So my heart goes to the Venezuelans. A lot of countries are actually going in right now, with supplies, medical aid, to help the country. But people on ground are saying, the aids are coming in too slow. Help is coming in too slow. And besides, they did not plan for this. The last earthquake they had was 50 years ago. But I think, like, just because it didn't happen for a very long time, but it's human doing anyway, not the earthquake. I'm just saying it's how humans move, when something does not happen for a long time but tend to like relax on it. Well, I feel the organization that should be in charge of monitoring these events, really let their people down, or maybe the government let their people down, but the government has not been strong enough. So it's very sad event, very, very sad. Let's get into other stories. All right. The social media has actually gone haywire after YC, popular Nigerian rapper, went on a podcast to tag Nigerian youth or new stream bloggers now, calling them the Olodo Uprising. Let's take a look at the video, shall we? Ay, ay, ay. So, here we go.
Yeah, bro, it's this Olodo Uprising that we even have right now. It's like,
Olodo Uprising?
yeah, bro, it's terrible. I promise you. It's like we're trying so much to accommodate unintelligent people and ignorant people because we don't want them to feel bad and all these things. So now they're now like the majority. There's a massive attack on the educational system in Nigeria, bro. Aside from like the kidnapping and the Boko Haram, which is like, bro, those guys are literally going at that nerve center. Other factors, leadership not prioritizing things that are important, the society not celebrating academic excellence. People don't even want to go to school anymore. Like, it's just like, why?
It's Yahoo culture.
It's not even just Yahoo culture. Now we have Pella culture. So if we keep rewarding all these guys, like, people see that you just have to just do dumb, crazy shit, just go online, maybe do some obscene whatever, and you get clicks, you get numbers, like that's what moves the needle in Nigeria. Then what are you telling the rest of the impressionable young people out there. No shade to Pella. I have nothing against Dude personally. Like, bro, get your coins by any means. But at the end of the day, if that thing is only going to be sustainable for a period of time.
Okay, so that's it, guys. Like, my thought about this is I feel like if YC had actually put a lot of thought into what he was going there to talk about, maybe he did, and his mind couldn't accommodate a lot of reality around what he's talking about, or he's just simply ignorant of the nitty gritty of the things he's talking about. Then, he probably does not really understand that there's no difference between him and Pella in terms of career choice. Uh, Times are moving and things are changing, of course, and you know, as a rapper, a musician, yes, you might, probably point fingers at the holes in the society. Your delivery might be poised, and you sound intelligent in your rap, the bars, the rhythms, but make no mistake, you're still an entertainer. And that is the same thing Pella is doing. Pella is simply an entertainer. We don't know his life outside what he does. It doesn't come online. I don't think it comes online 24 hours of it. Not like I'm a Pella watcher. But they still have a life outside their streamings, okay? And so do you. Despite the fact that you rap, we see you on screen or we see you at events or whatnot, does not change who you are, okay? I don't know if the young lad Pella is educated or not. Probably is not well educated, but the real sense of education really is to have a purpose at the back end of all that. And if there's no serious purpose to be achieved, it's not like you're going to get the education and get a decent job with a decent pay. People are definitely going to be swaying their attention from that. Okay, and let's not forget the important people in this world. Most of them are, they are not graduates. They didn't finish school. Most dropped out, to build something, to innovate something. So, I think it should have been panned towards not just the streaming platform where anybody can just do anything. I think what he should have and maybe that's what he's trying to do. What he should have actually focused his discussion on, or a statement on, should have been the purpose of the streams. What is it helping youth, the younger generation, to achieve? What is it teaching them to know? Okay, because sometimes when this streams come into the algorithm and we see them, it's like they're just faffing about. They're not learning anything. They are not robbing minds, intelligent minds, which I understand from a statement. Okay, so um, they are not robbing minds to actually grow and mature, and they're just thinking of centering their old senses on material things and likes, and just not really improving themselves individually apart from their pocket. Okay, and it gives them relevance, not to care so much about intelligence. All right, but let's not get it wrong. Okay, not all of them. Some of them actually do things that can help, can be relevant. Some go into fitness and health. some go into other other things. Okay, so some are purely entertainment, yes, but at the other end, some, they center on maybe sports, fitness, this, that, but it's still heavily on, the angle of portray materialistic things and, just putting the pressure on algorithm and whatnot. So we're dragging that one. We never drag and finish. The First Lady of Nigeria, First Lady Remi Tinubu, came out and said she has been helping the people. So let's see this.
We're trying to give hope and to start Akara business. Just
Ay, ay, ay. The way she started, we try to give. Some people really are comic without them knowing they are comics. Okay. We try to give hope.
we're trying to give hope and to start Akara business doesn't take a lot of money. To start roasting corn, or somebody even said about grant. You see, they're saying that cooling doesn't take much. We didn't give them a loan. We gave it to them as a grant.
I like, it's funny. Really, how she's saying this with a straight face. It's funny. I'm not sure she will be where she is right now. Her husband will be where he is right now if they focused on selling kuli and akara. Okay? People need serious businesses. The people that are selling the kuli and akara, how many people are buying it from them right now? People cannot even afford to buy food. So why are you empowering people to create more food on the street when people can't even afford to buy this food? And then you are saying you're empowering. Let's just hear everything, okay?
So we've encouraged Nigerians as best as we could. What is within our hands, I have given, and I keep giving, and those are the things we've done. I remember giving for TB when I heard there's so much TB cases. I gave 2 billion. To breast cancer, I gave 1 billion. To food malnutrition, I gave 500 million. So those are the things we've been doing and making sure we can make sure that whatever.
To the health part that she is talking about, there are two situations there. Okay. One, you can totally, okay, give, but the efficiency of your giving is also as important as your intention of giving. Okay. So after you give, you do the due diligence to see that your giving was efficiently implemented. All right, it was efficiently done. And when you're talking about you are given so amount, 1 billion, 2 billion, yes, but it's not enough. It is not enough in comparison to how much those sitting in the legislative arm of government signing into law 500 billion worth of armored vehicles or bulletproof vehicles, pardon me. It does not make any sense to the population. It does not make any sense to you. Are making it sound as if you are doing the people a favor. When you're saying you're giving grants, it is part of the right of the people to have this. Okay? If their land is producing the oil that is making the money, they deserve something at least, right? And so when you say you are giving 2 billion, you are doing as much as you can. Yes, some people didn't do anything. But at the same time, in comparison to how revenues are being wasted in this country, a lot more can actually go into those sectors, the food sectors or the agricultural sectors, the health sectors. More funds can actually be put into that. So Nigerians don't have a problem with the First Lady. Nigeria has a problem with the First Lady coming to paint the administration or the government of her husband as doing its best. It's not about a situation of doing your best. It's about doing what is enough. If the impact of what you're doing is not felt by the people cannot come out and testify to a good governance.
We're trying to give hope, and to start Akara business doesn't take a lot of money. To start
See those ones, see those ones behind nothing. Ah, my God today. My God today. No. I can't even say I'm sorry, but not me do like if I'm sorry, I'm also sorry for myself because we're in this together. It's crazy and it's sad. It's crazy and it's sad. Because the truth of the matter is that 40% of the problem is not even caused by the people in government. Bring your best candidate into office. He's not going to have a perfect run, for sure. And to be a Nigerian president, is going to have his own share of it, whoever it is. So they have some of their rights as the government, stripped from them, as much as we have some of our rights stripped from us. But that story will come out another day. For those that are surfing the net that know and see this, they know what is happening behind closed doors. All right, that's about it though for Nigeria within a week. Akara grants have been given, and the Olodo Uprisings have been exposed. Shift, my God, today. Let's go to the editor's note. All right, on today's editor's note, we'll be talking once again, I'm bored of this already, about the US-Iran war that is eating up again. Let's watch this, okay, before we get into the details of the story. All right, here we go.
Breaking news coming from the Middle East as the United States military have now launched strikes in Iran following the ceasefire that was broken by the IRGC as they started to launch attacks on international vessels near the Strait of Hormuz. We are also getting live updates from the streets of Beirut. In Lebanon, absolute chaos happening over there. Hezbollah militants and members are out on the streets causing mayhem. They are not happy with the agreement that has been signed between the Lebanese government and the Israeli government. Hezbollah are doing their own thing in the middle of all this. The IRGC bases are getting hit. A few minutes ago, we got the confirmation from the US Central Command that they started airstrikes in Iran. Just before we came live, the United States military have confirmed that the strikes have not stopped. They are ongoing, and the IRGC will retaliate. First, I'll give you a summary. We have some images from the Middle East. Obviously, this is just raw and literally just broken now. So it's going to take some time for footage or more images to come out, but we are getting some. First things first, we reported yesterday that the IRGC Navy launched attacks on international vessels, including a Singapore-flagged container ship. And but following the denial, the IRGC then confirmed, yes, it was them, which was absolutely fascinating. They said that the international vessels are not listening to our orders. We are controlling the Strait of Hormuz. So, just before the strikes started by the US military, this is what President Trump said in the Oval Office.
Mr. President, you said that Iran violated the ceasefire. Will they face any consequences?
We'll find out.
Do you consider the ceasefire to still be in place?
I don't like the fact that they took a shot yesterday, actually 4, we knocked down 3, at a ship. Not an allied ship, but a ship, a very expensive ship. And it was fine, but it took a little beating. They shouldn't be doing that, so you'll find out.
Will the U.S.
You'll find out.
Will the U.S. respond? What is your message to Iran?
Respond, you're going to find out.
I think that was quite clear at the time. Yeah, you'll find out. Just give me a few minutes. I need.
Okay, so there you have it, guys. It's looking like, it's really looking like where this is going is looking like something that is going to be a dent on President Trump's administration. Okay. This is, it's just like an infestation that does not want to go away. You know, you cut it from this angle, then it shows up somewhere else. It's looking like a battle that President Trump has to fight to the finish. And to fight it to the finish, I think Iran is trying to, okay, what I say is President Trump probably embarked on this war to create history, to make a name as one of the presidents of America that did something, stood for something, did something, you know, those kind of brave decisions, you know, you can attach to an individual in an office. He probably took on this war with that intention. Now, what the Iranian government might probably be trying to do right now is to give him a bad name, because if he goes full force, if President Trump decides to go full force on Iran, some civilians in Iran might get hit as a result, hence changing the narrative for Trump. The people of Iran calling on Trump, you know, to save them from the Islamic government might now turn on Trump, saying, now you have ended up killing us instead of killing the people, because Trump will still need to do deal. He will still need to continue to negotiate deal with Iran, and trying to show a force that I won't back down if you won't behave yourself. And in the sense of you not backing down, the civilians are getting hit as a result. And so they might be trying to paint President Trump as the bad person, as the villain in the story, thereby redirecting the minds of the Iranian people to the Islamic government to save them, or at least comply with what the Iranian government wants for them as a people, as a nation. The other thing I'm thinking about is that The Iranian government really don't want a ceasefire. I think they are ready to bleed out, trying to bleed America out. This is not looking like a nation that prioritizes its economy or the status of the country. This is looking more like a nation that has now embarked in this war majorly for their Islamic rights or Islamic beliefs. So this is looking more like Iran is taking it from a religious angle now, while America just wants to take care of economic business. So the old vessel that was shot down by the Iranian government in recent times, I know there will be more to that story. And America has decided to retaliate against them. And does this mean the MOU and everything has been scrapped? I didn't hear that from the president, according to what we just watched. Okay? These are just two people trying to manage themselves or manage one another through the peace deal and still trying to walk through the requirements of the deal. On the other hand, what I'm thinking right now is that all of this, all these things that are happening within the peace deal, because I am not hearing any of the parties saying peace deal cancelled. That's why I'm saying it more like a distraction from a major event that they are in the works to release. Somehow I am not being distracted from the possibility of something in the works that people don't see coming. And it's going to take the market by surprise. It's going to take other countries by surprise as well. And according to what we just watched from Tutsi TV, God bless him, the Iran and US war is going on while Israel and Lebanon are signing something like a peace deal or a deal. The factions sponsored by Iran, the Hezbollah, are not, they don't like this deal. Okay, which tells me Iranian government probably struck the Singaporean vessel to pass a message to America to caution Israel not to do a deal with Lebanon against Hezbollah. Okay, there just seems to be more that the media is not covering. Okay, eventually people that are behind closed doors organizing this war and advising concerning this war will come out one day to actually give the full story of what is going on. But definitely there's still peace deal on the table, and if there's still peace deal on the table, it just shows that there is something in the works. Something really is going on. All right, so as it continues to unravel, we'll continue to be giving you updates about all these things. And major events happened last week all around the world, and it does not seem to be slowing down. Okay, so we'll be giving you more updates on this channel, so like, share, and subscribe. As you continue to find, we'll continue to bring value to you on the channel, and so that you can be well informed about events geopolitically, nationally, and trending topics within and outside Nigeria. Thank you once again for joining me. It's Knives or Words. See you on the next one.